I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. Welcome back to the pod. Great to have you here. Hey, before we get into it, take a second, go to that subscribe button and click it. You will be happy you did. Also, make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, thebestleadershipnewsletter.com. There's all sorts of other stuff there, including opportunities to win prizes. Yes, recently we gave away a new pair of AirPods and opportunities to get free coaching and so much more. But today I want to talk about problems. I want to talk about your problems. You see, because you only have 3 problems. You know how I know that? It's because there are only 3 problems in life. That's it, just 3. I don't care how complex or unique you think your difficulties are. What I'm telling you is that they can all be boiled down to one of 3 problems. Here are the 3. Your head, your heart, or your bank account. Now, hold on for a second before you click stop and get your panties all in a ruffle. Let me explain. Let's start with the problems in your head. We all have problems of the head. It's not just you. The question isn't whether you have these type of problems, because you do. The question is about how much the problems in your head are limiting you from being the person you want to be and from doing the things you really want to do. Here's what I mean. Do you ever doubt yourself, or do you identify with imposter syndrome? Have you ever struggled with decision making? Or do you ever avoid tough conversations? Yeah, I thought so. You see, these are all problems in your head. Head problems are challenges with your intellectual reasoning. They manifest themselves as things like confusion, decision paralysis, or a dying need to be right all the time. Your ego, that's a head problem. Your tendency to take on too many things, that's also a head problem. You see, when people get stuck in their heads, they usually end up creating more confusion than clarity. And that's the primary symptom to look for, increased confusion. If you have increased confusion, you've got a head problem. As an example, think of the entrepreneurial leader who changes their priorities every few days. If you know an entrepreneur, you know this behavior. Or I'm sure you know a person who thinks it's more important to be right than it is to make what most of the rest of us call just making a goddamn decision. In the end, the confusion they create is what destroys productivity and progress. The problems are in their head. If you're a person who is dragged down by problems in your head, here's my advice. Stop waiting for certainty. It's not coming. You gotta practice being okay with the gray zone, because life is filled with gray zone. So acknowledge your discomfort, even though it feels uncomfortable. You're gonna get over the discomfort, I guarantee it. And do the thing you really know deep inside that you're supposed to do. You'll be a better person on the other side. I guarantee that too. And this brings us right to the second problem, the problems of the heart. People who struggle with problems of the heart are the ones who wallow in resentment or fear, sadness, or some other similar type of passion. Where the problems of the head are intellectual challenges, the problems of the heart are emotional burdens, and they bring you down. Let me give you some examples. Do you need everybody to like you? Do you ever wonder why you aren't appreciated enough? Does getting constructive feedback feel like you've completely failed? When your partner tells you something about you that they don't like, do you feel you're about to break up? If any of these things resonate with you, you got some problems of the heart. People who have problems of the heart don't hold their team accountable because they don't want to hurt their feelings. They take things personally when it's not about them at all. And they become over emotionally involved, and they often make rash decisions driven by emotions. Kind of like that passionate email you sent that you regretted the next day. I've done it. Maybe you've done it too. And listen, heart is important, but it can't lead a team on its own. You can care deeply, that's okay, but you also have to lead firmly. You have to set boundaries. Because emotion sucks at making decisions on its own. And emotion really sucks at building out a strategy. So if you're plagued by problems of the heart, remind yourself, it's important to make decisions from the intellectual brain, not the emotional brain. And if you're plagued by these problems of the heart, talk to somebody. Get a coach. I'm available. Journal it out. Get the support you need to help you understand when you're about to make rash emotional decisions. And that leaves one more problem: your bank account. Bank account problems are resource issues. Keep in mind, though I say bank account, I'm not just referring to money problems. Even wealthy people have bank account problems. Instead, bank account problems are about time constraints, a lack of tools, capacity problems, or, even finances. Do you ever wonder why you're spending your time working late every day? Are you not hiring more people in order to maintain your current profit margin? Do you feel like you're too busy to fix the things that are making you too busy? If any of these resonate, you've got bank account problems. When you create an excuse that's disguised as reality, that's usually a bank account problem. Like when you tell people to work harder because you believe they can get it done on their own, that's a bank account problem. When you haven't taken more than a week's vacation in 5 years because you can't possibly understand how the world can keep revolving without you, that's a bank account problem. Sometimes the bank account is actually an issue, but oftentimes it's just the scapegoat. So here's what I'm suggesting you do. The challenge isn't that you have constraints. The challenge is that you need to get creative with them. Maybe think of how you can trade the resources you have for the ones you don't. And you got to dig down deep inside and ask yourself, do you truly have a resource issue, or are you just avoiding making a harder decision? I'm telling you, we all have problems. That's not the problem. The challenge is figuring out which problems are of your own making and which are obstacles standing in your way. That's why I boil all issues down to these 3 problems: your head, your heart, and your bank account. The faster you diagnose which category your issue falls into, the faster you can move forward to resolve it. Most leaders waste months solving the wrong problem. They throw money at what's really an ego issue. Or they read leadership books when they should be setting boundaries. Or they call it lack of resources when it's actually a lack of courage. The key isn't to fix everything. The key is to figure out which of the 3 things you're actually dealing with. Because when you diagnose faster, you become a better leader. Fix your head to think clearly. Fix your heart to lead courageously. And fix your bank account to act practically. Remember, leadership isn't about solving every problem. It's about knowing which problem you're solving. If this subject resonates with you, if you want to chat more about it, you know my email address, leadership@bytitleonly.com. And go to the newsletter, link is in the notes below. You can join the community. I have office hours. More than happy to talk to you. Thank you again for listening. I appreciate you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.